Hello students, welcome to Power Tutorials. So today in this live session we're going to cover one chapter which is pair of linear equations, and we're also going to cover few concepts. At the same time we're also going to cover few previous year questions as well. So hope everyone has done science exam well. So this is for maths exam, but I know that we had 3 days for social, so from tomorrow you can study for social. I just want to, if anyone is interested for maths, I thought let's start it today and just discuss about one chapter at least for today. Okay, so just give me 2 minutes. Let me check whether everything is fine with respect to audio, video and all. Okay, so I can see that audio is fine. Okay, so let's continue with this chapter. So first, as I mentioned, I'm going to cover what is the topics of this chapter, and then we'll cover the few questions as well. So agenda for today is what are the pair of linear equations, what is intersecting parallel and coincident lines. We're going to cover that, and we're going to cover the 3 methods to solve. Total we have 3 methods, which are graphical, elimination and substitution methods. So those 3 methods we'll discuss, and then we also cover few previous year questions, that is MCQs 1 mark. MCQs are 1 mark, then 2 marks, as well as I think 1 or 2 I got for 3 marks and 5 marks questions. And these questions I got from the previous year paper, which is 2024 question paper. Okay, so let's understand what is pair of linear equations. So what is a pair? Pair in sense 2. What is the meaning of pair? Pair meaning is 2. So 2 lines are called as pair of equations. And why it is linear equations? Because there is no, the highest degree is only 1. Highest degree is 1, hence it is called linear. So hence these are called linear equations. So as I mentioned, pair means 2. So 2 linear equations, like 2 equations which are having a highest degree of 1, are called pair of linear equations. So example, I can say x plus y is equal to 3 is one equation. If I say another equation, x minus 2x minus y is equal to 6. So this is one linear equation, this is one equation. So both together are called it as pair. Okay, so just a minute. So now we are going to study as a pair of linear equations, whether these are intersecting, parallel, coincident. So what is those 3 criteria? Okay, so 2 lines, if I say in common expression, that is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 is first equation. If you say the second equation, which is a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0 is second equation. This is one and this is second. So we have criteria to understand whether it is intersecting, parallel or coincident. So for parallel, the condition is a1 by a2 should be equal to b1 by b2 and should not be equal to c1 by c2. Whereas for coincident, the meaning is both are on the same line, that both lines are exactly same. You can also say in that way. So for that, a1 by a2 should be equal to b1 by b2 should be equal to c1 by c2. This is for coincident. And the third criteria is the intersecting line. For this only we are going to solve the 3 methods, like how to solve those 2 equations. For intersecting, the condition is a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. It doesn't matter whether it is equal to c1 by c2 or not. Okay, so these 3 criteria are important because this is very important for MCQs as well as for 2 marks questions as well. They'll simply give you 2 equations. They will say whether they are parallel or not, whether they are coincident or not, whether they are intersecting or not. So simply if you just find the ratio of these equations, and you can figure out whether it is parallel, coincident or intersecting. Okay, so one more term is important. We also have a term which is called consistent. So consistents are the lines which are having solution. So just as of now you can remember that coincident lines and intersecting lines are consistent, whereas parallel lines are not consistent. Okay, so just remember this way. Parallel lines are not consistent, whereas coincident intersecting lines are consistent. So while in the live, if anyone has any doubts or any questions, you can kindly mention so that I can check in that live chat and respond to you accordingly. Okay, just mention the same in the chat. So if you are watching this video later also, you can just mention in the comment sections. There also I will check and respond to you. Okay, so let's see the next criteria, which is methods to solve. So total, as I mentioned, we had 3 methods to solve the pair of linear equations. So before that, let me just take the same example which I mentioned here, which is x plus y equal to 3, 2x minus y equal to 6. Let's find out whether it is parallel coincident or not. X plus y equal to 3 and 2x minus y equal to 6. So a1 is 1, a2 is 2, b1 is 1, b2 is minus 1. I am finding from here. This is a1. a1 is nothing is there, it is 1. This is a2, which is 2. b1 is 1, b2 is minus 1. What about c1 and c2? So if it is plus or minus, you can directly consider in this way itself, but make sure that it is in same way. Like if I say I have one equation x plus y plus 3 equal to 0, and I have another equation 2x plus 3y is equal to 3 or equal to plus 3. Okay, then this is c1 and this cannot be equal to c2, because I always mention both in the one direction. Either number should be right side or left side. Here you can see both the numbers are right side, so I can directly write c1 is equal to 3, c2 is equal to 6. But if they mention like this, make sure to move this one also to the right side. Okay, then we can relate to c1 and c2. Okay, I'm just repeating again. If I say, suppose I have equation like this, x plus y equal to 6 and 2x plus 4y equal minus plus 8 is equal to 0, then don't consider this as c1 and this as c2. Make sure this also moving to right side, then it becomes minus 8. Then c1 is 6 and c2 is minus 8. Got it? Now let's write the relation. a1 by a2 I need to find, b1 by b2 I need to find, and c1 by c2 also I need to find. a1 by a2, which is 1 by 2, b1 by b2 is 1 by minus 1, c1 by c2 is 3 by 6. So if you check these two, here itself I can say that a1 by 8 is not equal to b1 by b2. If a1 by 8 is not equal to b1 by b2, simple, these are intersecting lines. Intersecting lines are also consistent. Okay, so hope now you understood how to solve these parts. So let's move to the next part, that is methods to solve pair of linear equations. So total we have 3 methods. First one is graphical. Second is substitution. And third is elimination. So comparatively, elimination is much easier when compared to other two methods. Okay, so but if they clearly mention in the question that you have to solve only using graphical method, then you have to use graphical method. You have to solve only using substitution, then you have to go substitution. If they say only using elimination, then you have to go to elimination. So that's why it is important to know all 3 methods. So based upon the requirement, you can choose, or else if nothing is mentioned in the question, you can choose whichever you feel which is comfortable, but don't go for graphical every time, because there can be cases that they may not provide you graph sheet as well. Okay, so for graphical method, okay, here using graph sheet I cannot explain, but I will try my best to just draw it manually. But later when I'm giving you geometry chapter, then I will explain in detail how in solving graphical in detail. Okay, but right now just as a small example, the same one I'm explaining, which is x plus y equal to 3, 2x minus y equal to 6. Okay, x plus y equal to 3, 2x minus y equal to 6. So for the same equation I'm going to solve using graphical method. So what I will do is, first I will make a box like this, x, y, and mark 2 points. The same way for this equation also we need to get 2 points, and then we have to take a graph sheet, suppose in this way, because every graph sheet we have two axes, x and y. Suppose this is x, this will be minus x, this will be plus y, and this will be minus y. So if I take x as 0 here, I will get y as 3, and y as 0, I will get x as 3. So this is easy to draw. X, so the points are 0, 3 and 3, 0. So if I take scale as x-axis here, and if I point, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, and here 1. Okay, let's take it 2, 2 here, 2, 4, 6, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6. So same way, I'm going to take first x as 0, I will get y as minus 6. Okay, x as 0, y as minus 6. Y as 0, y if I keep it as 0, it becomes 2x minus 0 is equal to 6. So 2x is equal to 6. X is equal to 6 by 2, which is 3. So this is, we got the 2 points here. The points are x comma y. So 0 comma minus 6, x is 3, y is 0. So you can see here x 0 comma 3, 0 comma 3 will be somewhere here. This is the first point. Next 3 comma 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 comma 0 will be here. So I'll make use of another colors to identify. So this will be first line, which is covering like this. So make use of scale and pencil to draw this type of equation. Okay, this is the first line, which is x plus y is equal to 3. What about second equation? X 0 comma minus 6. 0 comma minus 6 will be somewhere here. So I will use another color again. Let's use orange. 0 comma minus 6 is here. X is 3, y is 0. So second point is here. So the second line is simple. Just mark those 2 points and just draw a line. And this is the second equation, which is 2x minus y is equal to 6. So wherever these two lines are intersecting, that is a solution for this equation. So it is easy now. We can clearly identify this is the solution, which is x is 0 and y is 3. Okay, this is using graphical method, but here I cannot able to draw properly, but just you need to identify two points. X keeps some value, get the value, x keeps some value, get the value, and mark those 2 points and draw a line. Same way here also, get the substitute x as 0 or y as 0 and get 2 points. Keep those 2 points in the graph sheet, draw a line. So where these two lines are intersecting, that is nothing but the point of intersection or the solution. Okay, so for graphical method, the point is wherever it is intersecting, or else solution is nothing but point of intersection. Okay, so then we have substitution and elimination, but for substitution and elimination I will give you with the help of previous year questions itself. Okay, so let's move to the previous year questions now and let's solve one by one. So this is 1 mark question. So what is the question here? In the given figure, graphs of two linear equations are shown. The pair of linear equations is. So you can see here we have one line and we have another line. So here if you notice, it is not connecting each other, but these are not even parallel as well. So parallel line should be something like this. So these are not parallel. So if you notice, it has an arrows. Arrows means we can stretch how much we want. Okay, so here if I stretch this line to here and if I stretch this line to here, so somewhere I can say that these two lines will get intersecting at some point. If the lines are intersecting, then it is consistent. Now let's see. It is considered a unique solution. Yes, this should be the right answer. Considered infinitely many solutions? No. For infinitely many solutions, those two should be coincident, but it is not coincident. Okay, it is inconsistent. No, it is not inconsistent. Inconsistent means the line should be parallel. So it is not parallel. Inconsistent, but can be made consistent by extending these lines. Okay, so inconsistent but can be made consistent by extending these lines. Yes, this should be the right answer, because here these are not coincident, but if we extend itself, then only it is clearly consistent. So you can say this is the right answer, not this. Okay, because we have extended to get the solution. If they don't have this option, this also we can take, because every line can be extended. So but here they clearly mentioned by extending also another option. So D is the right answer. It is consistent now, but can be made inconsistent by extending these lines. Okay, let's move to the next question. Value of k for which the system of linear equations has infinitely many solutions. For infinitely many solutions means lines should be coincident. For infinitely many solutions, lines should be coincident. So for coincident, what is the condition? A1 by A2 should be equal to B1 by B2 should be equal to C1 by C2. Let's see whether this ratio exactly is matching this condition. The A1 by A2, 3 by 6 should be equal to minus 1 by minus k should be equal to 8 by 16. So 3 by 6 means 1 by 2, 8 by 16 is also 1 by 2, hence we can get the solution. So just relate 1 by 2 is equal to minus 1 by minus k. So 1 and minus gets cancelled out. If you do cross multiplication, k into 1 should be equal to 2 into 2, which is nothing but k is equal to 2. So B is the right answer. Okay, so I'll just use the condition which I have here. You can see, I'll just repeat the same slide again. See here, for coincident, this is the condition. A1 by A2 should be equal to B1 by B2 should be equal to C1 by C2. So let's move to the next question. So these are one more questions, MCQs. So the next one, the pair of linear equations has how many solutions? Unique, exactly 2, infinitely many solutions, no solutions. Exactly 2, there is no such option. No solution can be an option. Unique and can be an option, infinitely can be an option. So let's try that. So everything just find A1 by A2 first, B1 by B2 and C1 by C2, and then just compare with the ratios. A1 by A2, 1 by minus 3. So it is minus 1 by 3. B1 by B2, 2. Okay, you can see here this is one way and this is another way. So don't write in that way. So make sure to write everything in the same proportion. So I will just move everything to the left side. So this is, anyway, it is clearly mentioned x plus 2y plus 5 is equal to 0. Now compare this equation. We should not compare in this way. Okay, so now I can say 1 by minus 3, 2 by 6, C1 by C2 is 5 by 1. So A1 by 2, B1 by 2. You can see here it is not even equal. Minus 1 by 3 is not equal to 2 by 6. If A1 by 2 is not equal to B1 by 2, it is intersecting. Intersecting means only one solution. But if you just write 6 here minus 3 by 6, then definitely you will get consistent and infinitely solutions. But that is wrong. It should be unique solution, because A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, because I have to move minus minus 1 by 3 and 2 by minus 6 here. I'm sorry, 2 by minus 6. Okay, let's change it. One by minus 3 and 2 by minus 6 here. So 2 by minus 6 is also minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 by 3 is equal to minus 1 by 3, and it is not equal to 5 by 1. If this is a condition, these are parallel lines. So we have to see the first condition. a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2, parallel, not consistent, no solution. So for this answer is no solution. Where is this? Okay, here it is no solution because these are parallel lines. Okay, but if it is equal to c1 by c2, then it is coincident, yes, coincident in infinite solutions, but it is not equal to c1 by c2, so it is parallel lines. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Two lines are given to be parallel. Parallel they clearly mentioned. So for parallel the condition is a1 by a2 should be equal to b1 by b2 and should not be equal to c1 by c2. This is a parallel condition, the equation of those two lines. So we have one line, we need to get the another line. Okay, so just compare each ratio, that a1 by a2 should be equal to b1 by b2 and not equal to c1 by c2. Okay, so let's see for A option. 5 by minus 15 should be equal to minus 3 by minus 9 should be equal to 2 by 5, so should not be equal to 2 by 5. Okay, so minus 3 by minus 9, 5 by minus 15. So this is wrong because I'm getting here minus 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 3, which is not possible. So let's see for B option. 5 by 15 should be equal to minus 3 by 9 should not be equal to 2 by 5. This is also not possible because 1 by 3 cannot be equal to minus 1 by 3. This is also wrong. Let's see for C option. 5 by 9 and this is minus 3 by minus 15 is equal to 2 by 6, not equal to 2 by 6. Here itself also it is not equal, so definitely D is the right answer. But still I'll cross check for D option again. So for D, 5 by minus 5 should be equal to minus 3 by 9 is not equal to 2 by 5. Yes, it is correct because this is 1 by minus 1 by 3, here also is minus 1 by 3. Hence D is the right answer. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Solve. Okay, so this question I'm going to solve both the methods, substitution and elimination. Okay, so let's solve first using substitution method. But here they clearly mention, they haven't mentioned any which method we have to use. Okay, if they haven't mentioned any method, you can use elimination or substitution, which you feel is much confident. Okay, but for practice I'm going to use both the methods and explain you the solution. Okay, so first I'm using substitution method, how to solve it. 7x minus 2y is equal to 5. The second equation is 8x plus 7y is equal to 15. So what I will do is I have to get one variable in terms of other variables. So here what I will do is 7x minus 5 is equal to 2y. I just move number to left side, y variable to the right side. Now from here I can say y is equal to 7x minus 5 by 2. Okay, so now I'm going to substitute this y variable in second equation. So now this becomes 8 into x plus 7 into y value now becomes 7x minus 5 by 2 is equal to 15. So if I take 2 as an LCM, it becomes 8 into 2 16x plus 49x minus 35 by 2 is equal to 15. So let's continue in the another slide. The last step is 16x plus 49x minus 35 by 2 is equal to how much? 15. So what is 16 plus 49? 16 plus 49 is 65. 65x minus 35 is equal to 2 into 15. 65x minus 35 is equal to 2 into 15 is again 30. So 65x becomes 30 plus 35. So 65x is equal to 65. So simple, x value is 1. So if you x value is 1, so substitute in the equation y is equal to 7x minus 5 by 2. Y is equal to 7x minus 5 by 2. So y value is equal to 7 into 1 minus 5 by 2. So y is equal to 7 minus 5 by 2, which is 2 by 2, which is 1. So x and y values are 1 and 1. They are also mentioned to verify it. So verify it means just substitute here. So it is 7 into 1 minus 2 into 1. which is 5. Satisfied. 7. 8 into 1 plus 7 into 1 is equal to 15. This is also satisfied because 8 plus 7 is 15. Hence these are verified, and this I have done using substitution. Now I'm going to do the same question using the second method, which is elimination method. So I'm going to solve this using second method, using elimination method. So using elimination means 7x minus 2y is equal to 5. The second one, 8x plus 7y is equal to 15. So for elimination, what you have to do is make sure to multiply with any number such that the variable, the coefficient of any variable should become same. So here what I will do is I will multiply first equation with 7 and second equation with 2. So then this becomes 7 into 7 is 49x minus 14y is equal to 7 5 is 35, and this if you multiply into 2, it becomes 18 into 2 16 plus 7 4 is 14y is equal to 15 2 is 30. So why I have done, because here I have 2 and here I have 7. So if I multiply into 7, this becomes 14. If I multiply this into 2, this becomes 14. Now I have the two equations, which are this one and this one. So simply adding 1 and 2. Why I am adding? Because if I add, these two get cancelled out. But if we have same sign, then you have to say that subtracting 1 and 2. Okay, so but here it is simple, both are having opposite signs, so simply adding 1 and 2 will solve our cause. If I add both the equations, 49x minus 14y is equal to 35, and 16x plus 14y is equal to 30. So if I add both two, it becomes, these two will cancel out, it becomes 65x is equal to 65. So x value is 1. If x is 1, just substitute in either of equation. If I substitute in the first one, is equal to 5, 7 minus 2y is equal to 5, 7 minus 5 is equal to 2y, so y again 1. So you can see that for elimination it is much faster when compared to substitution method. Okay, so if they haven't mentioned in the question, I always suggest you to follow elimination method to solve the equation. Because I am not going to verify it, because you just understood how to verify. Just substitute here and just check because LHS is equal to RHS or not. Okay, next move to the other 2 marks question. So there can be cases in the exam paper, there will clearly mention or. So if it is or is mentioned, either you can solve A or B, but don't solve both the questions, because I came to understand that if you solve both the questions, then they're going to deduct the marks as well. Okay, so whichever you feel much confident, just solve that method. Okay, so let's solve the first one now. I'm going to solve both the questions anyway. Okay, so the equation is 2x plus y is equal to 13 and 4x minus y is equal to 17. They're going asking x minus y value. So simply find x, y value, x value and get x minus y. It is easy. Or else you can do, yeah, that is much better. Fine. So here you can see the coefficients are same. So simply I will just add it. I will get 6x is equal to 30. So x is equal to 5. If x is 5, 2 into 5 plus y is equal to 13. 10 plus y is equal to 13. So y is equal to 13 minus 10, which is 3. I got both the values 5 and 3. X minus y value, it is simple. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. Okay, and also just verify whether these values are correct. 2 into 5 plus y, 10 plus 3 is 13, correct. Second equation, 4 into 5 minus 3, 20 minus 3 is 17. So I always say to, while you are solving any quadratic equation or linear equations, better to cross check your answers, because there can be cases due to some pressure, due to the exam pressure, due to the time pressure, you might go at least like minus or plus. There can be cases, so always just cross check whether it is right or wrong, because if it is wrong, you can just cut it, strike it out and correct it there itself instead of getting regretted later. Okay, so first part is done. Let's go to the second one. Sum of numbers is 105. So simple, x plus y is equal to 105. What about other? Difference is 45. So I'm just assuming the x is a bigger value, so x minus y is equal to 45. So simple, I'm just going to add those two equations. It becomes 2x is equal to 150. So x is equal to 75. If x is 75, 75 minus y is equal to 45. So y becomes 75 minus 45, which is 30. So the numbers are 75, 30. Okay, you can just, if you want, but no need to cross verify, because 75 plus 30 is 105, 75 minus 30 is 45. Done. So these are 2 marks questions. So 2 marks questions mostly we can solve using our elimination method. No need to check for substitution as well. So let's move to the next one. This is also 3 marks question. Okay, these type of questions are interesting because instead of directly giving the equation, they will give you one statement. From the statement we need to figure out what is that equation. So here this is age related question. So they clearly mentioned 3 years ago. So just assume the, okay, we have 2 scenarios here. 3 years ago is one scenario. 10 years later is second scenario. So the present age, okay, just I will write here, this is present age. So present age we have 2 ones, which are Rashmi and Nazma. So 3 years ago means Rashmi's age will be r minus 3 and Nazma's age will be n minus 3. What about 10 years later? So this is present, past, future. Okay, so 10 years later Rashmi's age becomes r plus 10 and Nazma's age also becomes n plus 10. You understood why I wrote r minus 3? Because these are present ages are r and n, but in past it becomes r minus 3 and n minus 3, whereas in future it becomes r plus 10 and plus 10. So for convenience I will just change to x and y. So it is x minus 3, y minus 3, whereas here it is x plus 10 and y plus 10. Okay, I'm just assuming Rashmi's as x and Nazma's as y. Okay, so what is the condition? Rashmi will be twice as old. 3 years ago Rashmi was thrice as old as Nazma. So x minus 3 is equal to thrice of Nazma. What about in the next scenario? Rashmi will be twice as Nazma. So x plus y. Rashmi is twice of Nazma. So this is the main important step for this question. If you are able to write this equation, then most of the part is done. Okay, I'm just repeating this part again. So what I will do is, present ages I will just write that Rashmi is x, Nazma is y. Past, that is 3 years ago. So it becomes minus, we have to just subtract 3 because suppose my current age is 30. Then in the previous 3 years ago, that is 2022, my age will be 27. Same way, Rashmi says you have to subtract minus 3, Nazma says also you have to subtract minus 3. For future, my age becomes 30 becomes 40. So it becomes r plus 10 and plus 10. So in the past, Rashmi is thrice as Nazma. So 3 minus x minus 3, Rashmi's age is thrice of Nazma's. And future, Rashmi's age, Rashmi will be twice of Nazma. So x plus 10 is 2 times of y plus 10. Hope you understood how I wrote these two equations. So let's continue here. So x minus 3 is equal to 3y minus 9 it becomes, whereas right side x plus 10 is equal to 2y plus 20. X plus 10 is equal to 2y plus 20. So just move everything to one side. This becomes x minus 3 minus 3y plus 9 is equal to 0, whereas here will be x plus 10 minus 2y minus 20 is equal to 0. So this I can write x minus 3y minus 3 plus 9 becomes plus 6 is equal to 0, whereas here x minus 2y minus 10 is equal to 0. So this is 1 and this is 2. So if you notice, x coefficient is same in both the equations. So simply I will perform 1 minus 2. So 1 minus 2 means x minus 3y plus 6 minus x minus 2y minus 10 is equal to 0. So it is x minus 3y plus 6 minus x plus 2y plus 10 is equal to 0. So x and x gets cancelled out. Minus 3 plus 2. So it becomes minus y. 6 plus 10. 16. So simple. Y value is equal to 16. So substitute y value in any of the equation. So let's substitute in this in 1. That becomes x minus 3y plus 6. X minus 3y plus 6 is equal to 0. We got y value as 16. So x minus 3 into 16 plus 6 is equal to 0. 16 3 is a 48. X minus 48 plus 6 is equal to 0. So x minus 42 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 42. Therefore, Rashmi's present age is 42 years, and y value is Nazma's. Nazma's present age is 60. Okay, make sure to underline, or even you can box it if you want. Okay, but still, as this is a quadratic equation, I'll just cross verify whether my answer is correct or not. So what is the conditions? 3 years ago, Rashmi is twice as old as Nazma. 3 years ago means 42 minus 3. 42 minus 3 is 39. 16 minus 3, 13. 39 is thrice of 13. It is correct. Next condition. 10 years later, Rashmi is twice of Nazma. So 10 years later, this becomes 52, whereas 16 becomes 26. Yes, this is also correct. 52 is twice of Nazma. So hence our answers are correct. Okay. So let's see the last question for today's class, which is a 5 marks question. Okay. So let's take more time to this question, solve it, and so that you'll get a similar type. If similar type comes in your exam, you can solve it properly. So let's see what is the question. Tara scored 40 marks in a test, getting 3 marks for each right answer and losing 1 mark for each wrong answer. So total we have some X questions. We don't know how many questions are present, but she got right answer plus 3, wrong answer minus 1. Okay, and she got the total marks as 40. Same way, had 4 marks been assigned for the each correct answer and 2 marks has been deducted for each wrong answer, then Tara would have scored 50 marks. So assuming that Tara attempted all questions, find the total number of questions in the test. Okay, so let's assume that correct answers as X and wrong answers as Y. Okay, so Y I am assuming X and Y because we need to have 2 variables here. The 2 variables are nothing but the correct answers and wrong answers. So let assume correct answers as X and wrong answers as Y. What is the first scenario? If you will get how many marks? 3 marks. So 3 into correct answers minus 1 into wrong answers is equal to 40 is the first scenario. What about the second scenario? Four into correct answers minus 2 into wrong answers, and this value is 50. So you understood how I wrote these two, because this is the first point and this carries a major answer. If you are not able to write this, the entire question will go wrong. So I'm just repeating again. Correct answers as X, wrong answers as Y. So correct answers how many marks? 3 marks. So 3 into correct number of answers minus, because it is a negative mark, so minus 1 into each wrong answer is equal to total marks you got as 40. Same way for the second scenario, 4 marks into correct answer minus 2 marks into wrong answer. Now the total marks is 50. They are asking to find total number of questions. They are asking the final result is X plus Y. So we need to get X, we need to get Y, and finally just add it, we'll get the total number of questions. Okay, So now let's solve this using elimination, because I always, as I mentioned, I'll go for elimination every time. So this is, first equation is 3x minus y is equal to 40 and 4x minus 2y is equal to 50. So for second equation, what I will do is I'll just divide it by 2. So now divide by 2. If I divide by 2, what will happen? 4 by 2 is 2, 2 by 2 is 1, 50 by 2 is 25. So this is much easy question, 1 and 2. Now if I notice this is minus y, this is also minus y. Simply I will do 1 minus 2 equation. So 3x minus y minus 2x minus y is equal to 40 minus 25. So 3x minus y minus 2x plus y is equal to 40 minus 25 is 15. So y and y gets cancelled out, 3x minus 2x, which is nothing but x is equal to 15. I got the total correct answers value, which is 15. So just substitute in either of the equation. I'll substitute in second. I'll write in the next slide. If I substitute in second equation, that is 2x minus y is equal to 25. In this, if I substitute, x value is 15. 2 into 15 minus y is equal to 25. 2 into 15 is 30. 30 minus y is equal to 25. So 30 minus 25 is equal to y. So y value is 5. So you can see, therefore correct answers are, is x value 15, wrong answers 5. Therefore total questions are 15 plus 5, which is equal to 20 questions. Okay, this is the final answer. See, we got 5 marks easy question, but only thing is, first you should able to write these 2 lines. If you're able to write these 2 lines, then definitely you can solve this question. But still, let's just cross verify. 3x minus 5 should be equal to 40, which we got the values 15 and 5, right? Okay. So this do in the rough side, okay? Don't do in the proper format. So 13 5 is 45 minus 5, which is 40, correct? Same way here, 4 into x value is 15 minus 2 into 5. 15 4 is 60, 60 minus 20, which is 60 minus 10. Yeah, 60 minus 10 is 50. Yes, our answer calculations is proper. So always do in the exam center, just cross verify whether doing proper or not. So I hope most of the questions are solved. Okay. So there can be cases there we can ask you with respect to ratios, or they can ask you with respect to boat and speed. So for boat and speed I already covered in my video, so you can just refer to that, how to solve that question, that is upstream and downstream. Upstream, the speed will get decreased, that is distance by time will get increased, or else speed will get opposed here. So I can say speed of boat minus speed of stream. If it is upstream, for downstream the time will be less, so speed of boat plus speed of stream. Okay, this is for boat type of questions. Whereas for ratios it is easy, just it will be x by y is a proper ratio, then the inverse ratio will be y by x. This is proper ratio and this is inverse. Inverse, or they can say that they are reversed, how to find it. So that can be a scenario, and there can be cases where they can also ask you with respect to 2-digit number, that is x comma y is a 2-digit number. If I reverse it, it becomes y comma x, then they have some relation between these two. So those also. So I think these 3 relations type of question already covered, so that link I will keep it in the description. So if you have doubts with respect to these type of case studies, you can refer to that exact video. So hope this chapter everything is done and we're able to answer. So if you have any doubts with respect to video, or if you have any doubts with respect to the content we have shared in this video, or any doubts with respect to this chapter, please mention in the comment section. I will definitely check the comments and respond to it accordingly. If required, I will also prepare a new video on it. Okay, so thanks for watching till the end, and please subscribe for similar content. So I'm ending this video now. Thank you so much for your time. Oh, okay. Sorry, I have missed the chat. I have comments now from Sagar Dagar. Please use substitution method. Formula for individual series. Okay. Sagar, do you want substitution method for which question do you want? Sorry, I missed the chat. I'm just pasting again. So elimination method, I suggest you to solve it. I don't say that everyone has to use elimination method. Sorry, Sagar, can you please, if you are online, can you please comment which question you want in terms of substitution method? I have also explained one question, both the methods, substitution and elimination. You can refer to that. But still, if you are online, please mention. Okay, fine. From next time, I'll make sure to check the live chat. Okay. Formula for individual series. I didn't get your point. Individual series is, are you asking from AP series, that is arithmetic progression? Okay, fine. So hope, I think he got hurt and left. So fine. Sagar, please mention in the main chat comment section. Definitely I'll check and respond to you on it. Okay, fine. So I'm stopping this video now. Thanks for watching.